Hey, J-Bro's popping in. Yeah, kind of a fun one here, I guess. I decided to check the oil. My oil is low. I think it was probably about 50 hours ago that I had changed the oil filter. I'm probably going to wait till about 200 hours, and then I think I'm going to change the filter and all the oil again. So that would basically mean at 200 hours, I will have changed the oil 3 times via the filter. I've added oil, let's just say almost like every 25 to maybe 40 hours, something in that range. And then one thing I did like that I did at this point, this is my wrap here that I had on. I'll show you what that is. So what I did is I took, when I bought this wrap, I bought it big enough, and I kind of got lucky that I was able to get 2 wraps around the unit. And this is what this one looks like that was on. Let me just put it side by side so you can see how dirty that is and how clean that is. And the main reason why this dang thing is getting so dirty, and I just am not going to get into it now, is this one here. I think it's leaking up here. I don't know, but it's leaking somewhere from this control that I can't exactly identify. And then I just started noticing this one has started leaking as well, and same with this one. Now where exactly on these is it leaking? Like I said, I don't know, but what I'm probably going to do this winter or fall, and you guys can tell me what might be smarter. Would it be smarter to just replace these controls with better versions of these, or should I just pull them all apart and replace seals and stuff? Because as far as I know, hydraulics is nothing you know, difficult. I think it's just the seals are probably just wearing and from heat or whatever, you know, just 175 hours of use. So anyway, that's something I'm looking to do in the future, but I'm super glad I replaced this because it kind of started smoking a little bit. And then as you can see, like right here, a little bit of that hydraulic fluid and stuff was just getting on here, and it was just getting dirty. And the other thing is, what's nice about having this wrap on here, so if you do have a leak, it goes on here, because if I didn't have this wrap, this would have been dripping in my muffler, and then I would have been in a whole nother realm of having to replace my muffler. So that's also kind of good where this is weather protected. And I can show you what type of sheet you can look for, and you can just find this right online, whether it's Temu or Amazon. You can just find this muffler wrap, and it's just sticky back, and you just cut it to your size and put it on there. Other than that, that's kind of where I'm at for maintenance now. I know a bunch of people have still been asking about the batteries, and you can see I need to get down here and clean this rig. I'm going to try to point you down here to which battery this is that I have, if you can see it down there, and I'll try to link that in the description down below. But that's the battery I have on here, and obviously you see I've got 2 of them. And like I've said multiple times here of late, oh, look at this here. Good thing I'm doing a video on this. With this fan on here and having this air blowing in, I might just flip this fan around to blow out. And the only reason why I was thinking that, this thing moves so dang much air, and when it's dry around here, this sucks in so much air. And look at all this filth that it's blowing and circling into the machine, because I didn't even notice in there. That thing's like plugged, so that needs to get aired out. That is dirty. You can see it's pretty clean there, but over down in here, it is dirty. So I'm gonna go ahead and blow that out here quick, and then I'll just hop back after I get that done and blown out. All right, I got that cleaned out. That's way better. Once again, it just pays to look around your machine and just make sure you're not missing anything. And if you're a guy that makes lists, which I am not, wouldn't be a bad idea to say, hey, I'm gonna blow this out. But maybe I'm overreacting with switching the fan around because it's blowing all this air in, because my cooling system is working excellent. So Maybe I just stay on top of keeping my machine a little bit cleaner, and then it would be better. But I'd highly recommend, though, if you do have a wrap on it and it got disgusting like mine did, yeah, look into swapping that out. And like I said, if anybody's got any ideas if I should just swap these controls out, or this fall pull these controls and then maybe go through all the seals and replace those. But that's kind of just a quick maintenance thing. And then the other thing, this Zerk here, when I fixed this, something happened with this Zerk here, so I ended up having to swap that Zerk out, which is no big deal because it just wasn't taking grease. And then when I pulled it, the steel ball and the spring were just missing, so something happened to that when we were messing with the rest of this stuff. So I got that to take grease, which is a plus. Other than that, everything's going pretty good. Yeah, I am gonna pop over and do some dirt moving at the fence project because we got all the posts done. But yeah, as far as everything that I can think about, I'm ready to rock. But yeah, just make sure you stay up on top of your maintenance and you should be good to go. All right, I drove the mini skid over here to the job site. She's blowing a little white smoke. That usually happens when I just top off the oil because the oil hasn't fully settled. I expect that to quit here in, oh, I don't know, 5 or so minutes. If not, I might have to drain a little bit, but I think I'm good to go because I've checked a few times. But this is where we're at on the fence right now. Obviously, I showed you drilling the other day. Well, the day I finished up drilling the holes, that day it started raining, and it basically pretty much hasn't stopped raining since, for the most part. But I did get these posts set a few days ago, and it was just mud. And I shouldn't say mud, it was like clay slop. But this is kind of what we're looking at right now. See how nice and beautiful that is? Just straight all the way down. And this will give you a good idea of what we're looking at. So all the way there, we dropped this angle in there. We were 50-50 if I was going to put the 90 out here or that way. I think that turned out pretty sweet. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this slop dug out of here with the mini skid. So I'm going to get this cleared out of here. That way I can start putting up the fence boards. What's really nice about this fence that I got set up and how we measured it out, it takes exactly a 12-footer from here to here. So you just got to cut the angle in. And then it's just kind of setting and forgetting. So it shouldn't, I mean, it'll take time. It always takes time. But it shouldn't be terrible to take and get these up and going. And then, like I said, we can rip this this other fence out and go from there. But right now, I need to clean this crap out of here. I'm gonna throw a pile over there, and then I'm gonna haul this crap away, and then the rest of the P-rock can get hauled away out of here as well. So let's get to it. There we go, kind of got that broke up so it's so that next layer can dry out. I'll leave that pile there. Shouldn't slow me up. I should be able to get these going pretty quick. Yeah, towards the end, looks like the smoke started dying down. Just running a little lean because when the oil gets full like that, the oil just kind of mixes in with the gas a little bit. Like I said, once that oil gets burnt out, that's high up and stuck when I dumped it in, it should be good to go. But anyway, please like, subscribe, comment down below. Gabriel's out.